Hello and welcome. I'd like to share with you something that has completely changed my understanding about stress and personality. Hi, my name is Jen, and this channel was born out of some very rich conversations that I've had with my husband Ian over the years. I have a background in health. I trained as a midwife many years ago. I am a social worker with a particular interest in counselling, and I have studied many other modalities around counselling over the years as well. Ian has many strings to his bow, including he's a kinesiologist, and also he's very he's got a very keen knowledge of the Enneagram. So we use the Enneagram as a foundational element to the framework that we use when we work with people these days. It is incredibly accurate when it comes to identifying a person's core motivations, which can then in turn lead to how a person does stress. And when we understand how somebody does stress, it becomes a tool that can be used and applied very accurately. Understanding this perspective doesn't just change things about how you deal with stress or how you handle stress. It can actually infiltrate every single part of your life. When stress holds you back, you can end up physically unwell, mentally unwell, your relationships can struggle. And when you understand the driver behind it, the motivation behind what's causing the stress in the first place, it makes it a whole lot easier to address it. Speaking of stress, you may notice quite a lot of cuts and edits in this video. Yeah, I'm doing stress like a champ, but I do believe in what I have to say, and hopefully you can bear with me, and I'll get better and more confident as we go along. Layered into this framework is German New Medicine. And for those who have not heard of German New Medicine before, it is the biological meaning to the expression of symptoms in the body. So whenever you have an ache or a pain or a cold or a flu or anything even more serious, there's often a story behind it, and the story is driven by what is commonly known in German New Medicine as a biological conflict shock. So again, the emotional experience of an event or a situation or something like that. But when there are a number of people online that have a really clear understanding and they explain it really, really well. So we're going to be layering this into the general overview of health, and we'll also give resources and point you in the direction of the deeper information on this one specifically. Next week we're going to take a deeper dive into the Enneagram. As I mentioned before, Ian has been studying the Enneagram for 30 years, so we'll be interviewing him and I will be taking on the position of someone who doesn't know anything. So we're going to be looking at the 9 different personality types and specifically angles on the Enneagram that aren't commonly talked about in other Enneagram circles. So just something a little bit different, which gives a more richness to being able to type either yourself or other people. In the following weeks, we're going to take each Enneagram personality type one at a time, and we'll look into them in greater detail. We'll talk about the structure, facial features, the body types, the strengths, the challenges, what kind of work that Enneagram type is particularly suited to and why. The Enneagram can really be applied to any area of life, and it's going to be a lot of fun working it all out and talking about it. Please feel free to join us too while we're having the conversation, so you can put questions in the comments, you can ask comments in the comments and let us know what you appreciate, how you understand it, if you've come across it, things like that. So if you're interested and you want to find out more and you can't wait till next week, you can always check out my books. There'll be a link to them in the description. The first book is essentially the nuts and bolts of the frameworks and how I weave them all together. And the second book is following 9 fictional support group participants. Obviously all 9 each have a different personality type, so it looks at how they interact and how they grow and how they learn stuff from their own particular viewpoint. And it watches the Enneagram in motion with a number of different angles thrown in on that one. Well, until we meet again next week, I look forward to posting up another video.